Hi, these are going to be my answers for the free response questions of the AP Statistics 2025 exam. I'm going to first go over number 1. So number 1 says the manager of an automotive company is interested in comparing the gas mileage for cars manufactured in country A and cars manufactured in country B. The manager selected a random sample of 100 cars manufactured in country A and a random sample of 100 cars manufactured in country B. The gas mileage for each sample in miles per gallon are summarized in the box plots. So here we have a box plot for each. And then part A says compare the distributions of gas mileage for the sample of cars manufactured in country A and the sample of cars manufactured in country B. So it wants us to compare the distributions. Remember, when we write a distribution, we follow the acronym SCOV plus, and that stands for shape, center, is there any outliers, and then variability, and then that plus is to make sure we add in the context. So for A, we're first going to look at the shape of each and then compare the two. So if I'm looking at the shape of the box plot for country A, I notice that the data looks skewed compared to country B, which is a little bit more symmetric. So I would go ahead and write that out. And I would say the distribution of gas mileage for country A is skewed to the right compared to the distribution of gas mileage country B, which is more symmetrical. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the center for each. So since we have some type of skewness, we know that our center is going to be mentioned as the median. And so if you notice for country A, our median here is around 18 miles per gallon, and our median for country B is 32 miles per gallon. So we notice that country A is, the median is less than country B. Okay, so writing that down, I would say the median distribution for country A is less than that of country B, with the medians being 18 miles per gallon and 32 miles per gallon respectively. Okay. Now I'm going to look at the variability, and remember, for any type of skewness mentioned in the distribution, the variability we talk about is the IQR. So in order to calculate the IQR, I would be looking at the third quartile and the first quartile, finding those values, and then subtracting Q3 minus Q1. Okay. And when we do that, we notice that the IQR for country A is less than the IQR for country B. So I would say the IQR for the distribution of country A which I found to be 8 miles per gallon, was also less than country B, which I found to be about 11 miles per gallon. Okay. And then lastly, I would make sure to mention if I see any outliers. And if we look at country A, that is the only one that has an outlier indicated by that point outside of the furthest whisker. So we do have an outlier for country A, but no visible ones for country B, so I would write that down. Then, so the distribution of country A has an outlier around 38 miles per gallon, while that of country B doesn't show any visible outliers. So that would be my answer for A and how I would answer A. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear this. And then we're going to look at B. So B says, for the distribution of gas mileage for the sample of cars manufactured in country A, would you expect the mean to be greater than 18 miles per gallon, less than 18 miles per gallon, or equal to 18 miles per gallon? Justify your answer. So for B, it's asking about country A. And remember, country A, we found that the median was 18 miles per gallon. But since we had some skewness in here, more specifically that it's skewed to the right, that would tell us that our mean value would be greater than our median value. Okay, so I would write that out. Okay, so this is B. So since the distribution of gas mileage for country A is skewed to the right, I found the median value to be 18 miles per gallon. I would expect the mean to be greater than 18 miles per gallon due to the right skewness and the outlier which would influence the mean. Okay, so that would be my answer for B. For C, it says the manager will create a new box plot with the combined data from the sample of cars manufactured in country A and the sample of cars manufactured in country B. Let's look at CI first. C part 1. It says, what is the range of the combined data set? Justify your answer. So I would say if we were to combine the two data sets of country A and B, we would have a minimum value of 14 miles per gallon and a maximum value of 40 miles per gallon. The range would be 40 minus 14, which is 26 miles per gallon. And the way I answered this was going back up to the box plots here, and I'm just looking at the smallest value on the entire data set. So that would be the minimum for country A, which is 14, and then it would be the maximum for country B, which is 40. And then C part 2 says, what is the possible value of the median of the combined data set? Justify your answer by referencing the box plots shown. Okay, so in order to find this, I would do two things, and I would look at the quartiles for each of the box plots. Let me actually clear this so I have more room to do part 2. So I would first consider the third quartile of country A, which is 24 miles per gallon, and then consider the first quartile of country B, which is also 24 miles per gallon. Okay. Since the third quartile implies that 75% of the data is greater than or equal to 24 miles per gallon, and Q1 implies that 25% of the data is greater than 25% of the data is greater than or equal to 24 miles per gallon. Then the median which is the halfway value, would also be 24 miles per gallon. Since this is half of the total 200 data set.